Hostage, a Todd Mills mystery, book 3 in the series. Arthur R.D. Zimmerman, publisher, Scribble Pub. Narrator, Eric Ost. Chapter 37. Ah, shit, thought Elliot, dashing away from the pond. This was not cool. Definitely not cool. Hey, you, shouted the old guard, rushing around a mound of shrubs after him. Stop! Leave me alone, cried out Elliot. You don't understand. I'm sick. I'm really sick. Stop. For Christ's sake, man. You don't have to get all twisted sister about it. I'm sorry. I just wanted some flowers for a dead friend. That's all. He rushed past a drinking fountain down a sloping path and swooped around a merry-go-round. Glancing back, he saw the guard hobbling after him and barking something into his walkie-talkie. Yikes. Matthew wasn't going to like this, not a bit. And that thought alone made Elliot freeze. Oh no, he thought, glancing around. Straight ahead was the roller coaster. Over there on the left was the log flume ride. And right there, the haunted house. But which way did he need to go? How the hell did he get out of the amusement park? And where the hell was that door that would take him back down to Matthew in their hidden chamber? A1, he's right over there, shouted the older guard. Elliot turned. Saw the hunky guard, the same one from before, his face no longer sweet and sympathetic. No, the guard realized he'd been duped and was madder than hell. Oh, hi, called Elliot from across the merry-go-round. I'm still looking for Sis. You haven't seen her, have you? Stop right there, buddy. Oh, no, I think I need to go. Freeze. Yeah, right, thought Elliot. He turned and dashed off, following another path, past a cotton candy stand around a hot dog joint, and then bolting toward a gaping exit, framed with balloons. If he could only get out of here. If he could only get back into the corridor, then he'd get his bearings. Oh, crap, Matthew was going to kill him. Jeez, and all he'd wanted was a nice muffin. Chugging along, Elliot glanced over his shoulder as he ran and saw the two guards gaining on him. He wasn't going to be able to escape. No way. Not with the pain in his knees and his lungs starting to slow. He clasped a hand to his chest. He just couldn't get enough air, and he took a big gulp. Oh, God. Breathing hurt so bad, like knives cutting into his chest. He coughed into his hand and felt a splatter of moisture. Oh, biggish, he muttered, staring at the spray of blood on his palm. He heard the steps closing in on him, looked back, and knew he had only moments. Oh, geez, he thought, glancing desperately from side to side. Just to his right was the tiny cookie log cabin, inside of which a blonde girl in a frilly gingham dress was shoveling big chocolate chip cookies from a cookie sheet. Elliot dashed over, ripped open the screen door, and burst into the tiny kitchen. Hi, said Elliot, rushing right up to the table of hot treats. Surprised, she looked up, the spatula in her right hand. Oh, hi. We're not open yet, but do you want a cookie? This is the kitchen, you see. The counter's right over there, she explained with a wave of her kitchen utensil. You just go back out the door and... No, I don't want anything. He looked out, saw that the guards were only 15, 20 feet away. Elliot rolled his eyes. What choice did he have? You don't know me, but I'm really a very nice person, he began, hurrying around the table. Huh? I mean, I'm sorry to do this and everything. Reaching the corner, he lunged for her and grabbed her by the arm. But what else can I do? Hey, stop it, she shouted, swatting at him with the spatula. These days, Elliot barely had enough strength to pick up a chair, but somehow he managed to get around and twist her arm behind her back. She kicked and twisted, and Elliot had no other choice but to wrench her arm upward. She screamed, and Elliot lessened the pressure. Then 2 seconds later, the two guards rushed through the door of the miniature log cabin. Stop, screamed Elliot. You guys stop right there, or I'm going to hurt her. Hey, just be cool, ordered Al, the younger guard who surveyed the situation, clearly noting that Elliot had nothing, not a gun or even a knife. Now just calm down and let her go. No fucking way, shouted Elliot, using every muscle as he struggled to control the bucking young woman. You have to do what I say. It's over, buddy, said the older guard. Just calm down and release the young lady. Guess again, asshole, snapped Elliot. Al started forward. Do like he says and let her go." "Stop!" screamed Elliot. "I have AIDS, and if you come one step closer, I'm going to bite this girl and make her sick too." As if she'd just been slapped, the young woman was suddenly quite still. "Oh, oh, I don't want to get hurt." "I will. I'll do it. I'm one of the guys who kidnapped Congressman Clarendon yesterday, and I'm nuts, man." Al froze. "Just calm down." "Oh, God," cried the woman. "I'm really nuts," yelled Elliot at the guards. "Just look at me. Just look at how sick and scrawny I am. I'll make her like this. I'll give her AIDS. If you... He glanced to the side, saw the walk-in refrigerator. "I'll bite her if you don't go in there." "Oh, dear Lord," moaned the older guard. "Shit," muttered Al. Elliot ordered, "Go on, get in that refrigerator or I'll come after you guys too. I'll slice off my finger and spray AIDS blood all over you." The two guards looked at one another, grumbled. Elliot had won, just as he knew he would, for he'd come to learn that the fear of AIDS alone was as powerful a weapon as kryptonite was against Superman. The younger guard shrugged. Of course, there was nothing they could do. "Move it!" barked Elliot, hoping he could keep it up, this anger, this fake show of force. The two men started toward the refrigerator, edging along the work counter and the rows of hot chocolate chip cookies. Right up to the large stainless steel door. Al pulled the handle, opened the door, and a cloud of cold air fumbled out, pooling around his feet. "You won't get away with this," said Al, looking over at Elliot. "We'll get you." "Oh, like I'm really afraid, Mr. Clint Eastwood, man. Like, go ahead and make my day, Mr. Heterosexual Macho Man." Elliot shook his head. "Oh, brother, what kind of a weenie did they think he was? Threats didn't bother him. For Christ's sake, he didn't just have one foot in the grave, and he wasn't knee-deep either. Nope. He was waist-high and sinking all the time. He only wanted to get out of here and get back to Matthew, who'd probably woken up by now, and man, oh man, wouldn't he go tilt when he saw that Elliot wasn't around. "Now just shut the fuck up and get in the fucking fridge," shouted Elliot, "before I play vampire and bite this young virgin in the neck." "Oh!" she cried. "I don't want to get AIDS." And the two guards looked glum and sheepish, proceeded into the walk-in. Okay, thought Elliot. Now what? "Sorry, sweetheart," he said quietly into the young woman's ear as he nudged her toward the refrigerator. "I guess you're going to have to go in there too. Just don't hurt me." "No prob. Just do like I say, okay?" "Yeah, sure. Keeping her arm pinned behind her back, Elliot walked her over, then peered in. It wasn't a big walk-in, just enough for racks of pre-made cookie dough and other supplies, and the two guards stood there, clearly disgusted with the situation. What do I want you to do?" began Elliot. "I know. Turn around. That's it. I want you two guys to turn around and not move. Got it?" "Sure," said the older guard. "Okay, so do it. Turn around. Turn around now," yelled Elliot, who then watched as the two men rotated their backs to him. "Very nice. Now the young lady here is going to join you, and then I'm going to shut the door. Got it? I warn you, though, don't try anything fancy. If you do, I'm going to claw and spit and bleed all over you. Got it? Well, do you?" "Yes," said Al. "Good." Elliot realized something. "Say, will those walkie-talkie things work from inside there? Will you be able to call out?" Again, Al said, "Yes." "Then you wait 5 minutes before you call for help, okay? Not sooner, not a second sooner." After all, he wanted to get away, but he certainly didn't want them to freeze to death. The guards were just doing their jobs, and the young woman was just doing hers, baking cookies by the dozen. It would be bad enough in there, all dark and everything, not to mention freezing cold. Once Elliot had been stuck in an elevator when the power had gone out, and it certainly wasn't any fun. No way. And this walk-in refrigerator, he was sure, would be lots worse. Elliot nuzzled his mouth up to the girl's ear and whispered, "Hey, I'm sorry, sweetheart, for pushing you around like this. You don't have anything to worry about, though, okay? I'm really sick, but you can't get AIDS through casual contact like this. So you're perfectly fine. You can't get AIDS from holding hands or touching or kissing even. You know that, don't you?" "Sure." "Listen to me, sweetheart. You can only get it through the exchange of blood or other bodily fluids, so you're fine, and... Anyway, I wouldn't have hurt you. I really wouldn't have. You're such a nice girl, and... Her voice was small. "Thanks." "Now scoot on in there," he said, releasing her arm. She broke away from him, darting into the refrigerator as quickly as she could. Elliot then slammed the door shut, reached over to the work counter, grabbed an oversized spoon and jammed it in a small hole right beneath the door handle. Right, that's exactly where a padlock went, so there was no way they were going to get out, at least not until he was long gone. Fab, thought Elliot with a huge smile on his face. Crisis averted, at least for now. He turned around, scooped up a half-dozen warm cookies, and scurried out of the little log cabin. Emerging again into the amusement park, he looked around at all the rides and trees, all the bright colors. Now, where the hell was that door, anyway, that would lead him back down to Matthew and Clarendon? A Gay Mysteries audiobooks. I think it is easy to hate a label, but a face humanizes the word. So this effort is twofold: to offer comfort to those like myself that your world didn't end because you don't fit into the view of acceptable society on both sides, and in hopes of helping those with family that are LGBTQ, that it doesn't mean we are aliens from the child they once knew. Reassure them so they can maybe be supportive at the same time, being true to their values.